Welcome to Shomach Shov on the Daf, your sponsor, Lui Nishmas, I'm Yaakov Shalom, Le'abas Yitzchok. We're holding Basra Daf Kuv Zayin. The Gemara, towards the end of the base, the Rabbi Chia bar Abba asked a question to Rabbi Yochanan on the Mishnah. And Rabbi Yochanan went and proved him for the next line of the Mishnah that his question was a wrong question. But the line that Rabbi Yochanan told him was, Ade ochals kafniyoso b'Bavel. As you're eating kafniyoso b'Bavel, says the Rashbam, you ate dates in Bavel, you enjoyed the dates in Bavel, targemina miseifa, I proved it from the seifa. In other words, you were busy eating dates, I was learning, and I was able to figure out what's going on at the end of the Mishnah. You're not oisik b'Torah enough, says the Rashbam, mikam teroyo. He spoke to him in a little nasty way. The Chavaz Yair, in Siman Kufman base, as Chavaz Yair, we mentioned many times in the Shiurim, he addresses the fact that, on one hand, we know, but we say many times we see that the Chachamim are talking to each other in a way of zilzul, not in a way which is appropriate. How do we understand this? And he goes through the tshuva to explain many of the cases that we have in Gemara. And one of the cases he speaks about is this Gemara in the Kuv Zayin with base, which is also brought in B'chayris Tev Yud Ches Amud Aleph. He says, "Adachas kafniso b'Bavel." He says, I explained this. What does it mean? So he says, I'll tell you maybe a pshat. What's the lashon over here? What's the message Rabbi Yochanan is saying? He says the Tosfos there in B'chayris says the kafnios is not regular dates, is tmorim gruim. And he says, what pshat is this? He brings the Bartanura. In the end of the first parak Maseches Orlo, anybody who learned Yerushalmi saw it recently. He says the kafnios is with the dates that are not completely ripened. They didn't completely grow, so they're not great dates. Continues the Chavaz Yair says that we know that tmorim, dates, they grow best in the valley, not in the mountain. We see it from the Mishnah in Bikurim. In the first parak Maseches Bikurim, it says you don't bring Bikurim from dates that grow in the mountains, because in the mountains they don't grow well, they grow better in the valley. So he says, Bavel, which is it's called a mukam, is the lowest, one of the lowest places, they probably have the best dates. So that someone points out, it's really Meferish Gemara and Psachim. Today the Gemara says, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu take Am Yisrael to Bavel? So the Gemara in Psachim, the Peches says, they should eat tamarim. It says the Rashi over there, there's a lot of dates in Bavel. So Bavel is a very good place of dates. So what Rabbi Yochanan is telling Rabbi Chia bar Abba, he says, I want to give you an example of something that you know. You're in Bavel. And Bavel, there's dates. In dates, if you eat the dates too early, it's only kafnios. Kafnios means there's unripe dates. Unripe dates is not great. So even Bavel is the best place of dates. You want to eat dates that are ripened. You want to eat dates that are good, that are tasty. So you want to wait for them to be fully grown. You don't want to eat them when they're kafnios, when they're still early, when they're still smadar, when they didn't fully grew. That's the message. When you learn a Mishnah, don't focus on the ratio of the Mishnah and ask a question. You have to wait to get to the end of the Mishnah. You get to the end of the Mishnah, you have an answer. So it wasn't just a kintur b'alma. It was a message to him. You want to eat dates that are unripened? No. You want to wait for them to get to their full bishul. So also, when you're learning a Mishnah, don't ask questions on the ratio. Wait till you get to the end, and then you'll understand. You'll understand from the Mishnah what's the push-up shot in the Mishnah. Anyone who wants to join the Shomach Shava email list to WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.